Okay, so here is what we'll bust through, and I'm going to minimize you guys. Who we are and what to expect. We're going to identify your goals and the goals that we have for you. We're going to go through accessing BOD or Beach Body on Demand and BOD groups, as that's what it's called too. We're going to pick your program. We're going to learn how to do that and getting started information. We're going to go through understanding your nutrition programs, which is incredibly crucial, and resources and how to start now, even if you don't have your challenge pack. You're going to learn about how to earn your free swag, your tank, and how to do the Beachbody Challenge submission. And we're going to learn about accessing and getting the most out of your BOD group or your Beachbody On Demand group. And you're also going to learn on tracking in the BOD app, which is extremely critical to seeing how you are progressing and giving data to your coach. And data is exactly what it is, even if you don't want to submit your before and afters. How to find your superfoods and supplements and how to fit it into your day, and managing your subscription to either your Shakeology or your performance stack, your mindset and why, which is extremely critical, and answer your questions. So I'm going to go ahead and allow our wonderful, there we go.
All right. Yes. Okay, I am just going to take a quick minute real quick. I am Erin Decker. I've been on the team for about 4 years, and I started using the programs and products about 5 years ago. 6 years ago, I started using Shakeology while I was pregnant with my 4th baby. I was so sick that I had IV fluids, which was pretty standard with my pregnancies, but this one I had dropped 20 pounds in the beginning of my pregnancy, and it was getting really scary. So they put a feeding tube in, and my friend had been trying to get me to drink Shakeology for a long time, and I had kept resisting because I'm like, I am not spending that much on any kind of shake. No, thank you. But she's like, no, you need this. You need some nutrients in your body, obviously. So she actually brought me a bag of Shakeology. And after 2 weeks of drinking Shakeology, I was able to maintain my weight for the first time during that pregnancy. And so I was able to pull my feeding tube. And so I became a believer in Shakeology right then, that it gives you the nutrients your body needs to just thrive. So after I gained 70 pounds during that pregnancy, even with all that stuff going on, after that pregnancy, I was way overweight, my biggest I had been. And I was so stressed and worried about how in the world I was going to lose all this weight. And I was like, if this shake just helped me to gain the weight I needed during pregnancy in the beginning, then how is it going to help me lose the weight now? Well, it did. I lost 70 pounds in the next 10 months using Shakeology and following the workouts. And then I've lost about 15 more since then. And the reason Shakeology is so good is because it meets what your body needs. It gives you all the nutrients your body needs to get to your ideal weight. And that's why it is so powerful. And I became a believer way back then, but it has blessed my body so much. I've had health struggles my whole life, and then to now is so hugely different. So I'm a lifer. So, all right, Lauren, you want to go ahead?
I love your story, Erin. I could hear it literally all the time. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So my name's Lauren Lamb. I am a 1-star diamond coach. I've been a part of the team for about 5 years now, but I've only been coaching for about 3.5 years. So I am a wife and a mom of 2. I have a teen daughter. So if you know what they're like, please pray for me. She's only 15, so we got a long time to go. And my son's about to hit 13 this year. So teenage life is a real thing around here. And I have 2 golden doodles. I've been on my Beachbody, like I said, for about 5 years. And I need to change that. It's been about 3.5, almost 4 years since I've been coaching. I started it really just at a low point in my life. I've been a yo-yo dieter my entire life, and always looking for the next new thing, looking for the next new fix. I've done all the things. I've done all the programs. Purchased all the stuff. And I've been lifers and other programs and stuff like that, but I just couldn't seem to keep it off. So I'd lose it, and then I'd go right back to the way I was, and I'd gain it back again, and then I'd find the new solution. So when I started this, again, I was looking for another new fix, something new that I hadn't tried, because I was sure that, you know, there was something else out there that that I needed to do. And I just came into the mindset, if I could just lose 10 pounds, I would be so happy. If I could just lose 10 pounds, like that was literally my motto in life. And I started, and it took me a little while to get going because, again, I didn't have that belief in myself of what could happen. I didn't really know what to do to not only lose it, but to keep it off and maintain it. And then I really started coaching because I started watching these amazing women. And actually, I remember watching a bunch of them in Nashville, hanging out and having a ton of fun. And I was like, okay, how do I kind of want to be a part of that. And I'd like to see like what that's about. So I started coaching because I enjoyed the community, but I also loved the discount. I was getting the discount on my Shakeology because I really liked it. It was a quick, easy to go breakfast for me. And I was starting to see the progress of me losing that 10 pounds that I thought would make me so happy. And I saw some people earning income. I ended up losing, I've lost 40 pounds on this program, on these programs. My husband's lost 20 to 30 pounds, give or take. And so, like, he even said to me the other day, he's like, where would we be without this community, without these programs, without this lifestyle? And I said, I don't know, but it would not be good for us. So he's, you know, we've really embraced the community and the changes that it's made, not just for us physically, but mentally and emotionally, with our marriage, with our family. So it's been a blessing for sure. So that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm Sarah Myers. I'm actually a one-star diamond coach. I even put that in myself. I'm a military spouse, a toddler. Life is mine, and I'm a Naval Academy grad. And I also continued on with a master's in elementary education. So if that, I like to be able to dumb things down. So I could teach little ones, little humans, on how to do these things. I've been on my Beachbody journey since 2014, and I came back to coaching in January 2020. And this is how I got started, which is really kind of crazy. So if you ever feel like, oh my gosh, I got this package and I'm going to let it sit for months and actually up to a year and a half, this is how my story went. I first started with a military discount coach account in 2013. I got a phone call, a cold call, said from a family member, hey, you're going to do this with me. You're going to do it with this package. It's the best deal ever. And that's it. That's all I got. And I got this random package in the mail. I didn't know what the power of the superfoods were. And back then there were DVDs. I didn't realize I had a membership to help others with a total solution. And back then, y'all, they did not include the nutrition videos. They didn't even have videos. They didn't even walk you through it. In fact, you got these little pamphlets that said, this is how you use containers. Nothing on psychology of food, etc. And until last summer, you got the digital access to everything in the total solution. So until I saw my sister-in-law at a boating trip with our entire family a year later with a 6-pack with 3 C-sections, and I was 20 to 30 pounds heavier and doing nothing and stuck in my depression. I said, fine, but I'm not jumping to this crazy Shanti guy for 25 minutes. It sounds absolutely miserable. I'm going to do the mini 3-day cleanse, and then I'll go all into this 21-day gentle ultimate reset. So if you ever scroll in the Beachbody nutrition programs, you'll see that it's the Big Kahuna. So when you know about Big Kahuna resets, you know your life is going to change. And you've probably heard about Big Kahuna resets. Well, that is the one. And I lost 12 to 13 pounds. I didn't include that. But what happened was I organically just felt better, and I was spamming Facebook about it. I was screenshotting and I was sharing all of my food, my pretty food that was brightly colored like the rainbow. And nor had I ever tasted tofu in my life. And I was obsessed with like everything, you know, with tofu, because for the first time ever, I didn't have stomach cramps because I was a red meat fanatic. And I felt better, and people started asking me, what the heck, girl, what are you doing? I need to prep for this thing, this event, this wedding, because I was a young 20-year-old and everyone around me was kind of getting married. So I started selling things because I said, what's your link? So that's when accountability got real for me, when other people wanted help. And that's when I went all in on coaching. But here's the kicker. From 2015 to about 2017, I became a live fitness instructor with my new program that I eventually started was PIO, because that was the low impact program that came out. I never finished a program. So if you're a person afraid of not finishing a program, I'm right there with you. And until I was in the darkest place, which I'll finally read my script. In 2020, I was in a very dark place and I needed to find myself again. And when I thought 175 was heavy, I was 210 pounds. And I eventually, the cards were stacked against me. I had bipolar meds. If you ever heard of, bipolar meds, they really don't work well with feeling energetic. They actually cause you to feel not full. I didn't even know that. So I was emotionally eating. I never felt full, and I had a hypothyroid. And here I was during a deployment taking care of an 18-month-old, and I couldn't keep up with her as she was getting more active. And I finally got a text message from a former coach saying, are you ever going to come back? So I started with Bar Blend. And as you can see over here, and January 2020, January 5th, Bar Blend started, the challenge group started, and I didn't even take this picture. The Beachbody app asked you to take a picture and log it. Folks, I did not do that. So when you open your app and when it says, hey, fill out your stuff, do it, because you got to rip off the Band-Aid. I needed massive accountability and a mindset shift. And to tell you what, that's what actually made me go all in. And this is what's propelled this transformation. And I'm going to continue on to the next slide. Here's what we're going to expect: a positive community to work with and continue your journey throughout life. And that's the key. We're not just here to get you to finish programs. We're developing lifelong habits. I want you, and we want you, Lauren and Aaron and the rest of our team want you to do activities to overcome not only your limiting beliefs and the voices that you say in the mirror and those secret things that you tell yourself. We want to rewire old patterns that have held you back. We want you to go play tennis this summer. We want you to find the simple solutions to utilize so you don't have to use the meal plans that we upload eventually, and you know exactly what to do. We will give you daily support and encouragement and accountability. In the end, we want you to have the structure that will launch you in life. So identify your goals. If you have a piece of paper or your phone available right now, I want you to brain dump this. And as we go through these slides, think long-term. Now think of the roadblocks and obstacles in the past and excuses that will come up to keep you from pressing play. What are they? Failing to plan is planning to fail, and we're getting ahead of that right now. You really want to look at this great quote right below here by Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Rip off the Band-Aid. Use this really great tool. It's the 5-second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Write down right now your goal, your 30-day goal. All right, BOD, our super great Netflix of workouts. Let's start with your fitness and how to access your workouts here on our app. It is literally in your butt, going to vibrate if you ask it to remind you to log. It's Beachbody On Demand app on your phone. Also, I highly recommend, it looks different, to log on to beachbodyondemand.com and go on your computer. You can use it through Roku, Fire Stick, Chromecast, and Apple TV. Go on to your computer and your iPads or, all those other devices to actually go onto the website, because it does look different. And I use my laptop with all the things that are available with the cooking shows, and my daughter actually watches the videos on my laptop. So really utilize that, not just your phone. So BOD, step 1, screenshot this right now. Take a picture of this if you don't have this available. If you need it to go a go-to picture. Step 1, download the BOD app, set up your own space. and tell people this is my workout space. Have a routine and a place dedicated, so when you walk into that space, maybe write a cute quote or a motivational quote that makes you go back to that space. 2, pick your program. Talk to your coach. Say, hey, these are my needs. These are my goals. Your coach will know, or if she doesn't know of a program, she's going to ask our upline team, hey, what is the best? Because these are her needs. 3, go through getting started videos and materials. We're going to go into detail on that. 4, access and print or screenshot calendar to follow through. So if you just get the generic BOD challenge pack, you're not going to get a program specific calendar that's printed off from Beachbody. But let's say you just recently got the 9-week control freak or the 30-day breakaway, you're going to get like a real calendar to stick up to your, actual wall. So if you're a pen and paper girl, print that sucker out, go to Kinko's and print it out, laminate it, do whatever you got to do. 5, push play and complete start to finish. Why? Well, 1, that's like a dopamine hit, right? I completed something. I'm a finisher. That's a dopamine hit, and that's going to give you more energy to continue on. Next slide, nutrition programs. We have 2 different programs to follow. I talked to a trainer on a smaller call, Megan Davies. I asked her actually, hey, what do you follow? And she's, in maintenance mode, I typically follow this, but guess what? You can get results with the 2B mindset. You can get results with intuitive eating, the simple principles that Alana, who's the dietitian who has her master's from UCLA, and you can follow her and get a big focus on the emotional side of eating. You have issues with binge eating, late night snacking, and all these things, I suggest 2B mindset. I suggest looking at the Getting Started Right guide. Ultimate Portion Fix, much more structured. It's based on portion control, a macronutrient diet plan, and it uses color-coded containers. I suggest you clean them out before you plop food in them, and you simply stick to clean eating without weighing and counting calories, which a lot of macro nutrient, fanatics have that scale in their house. They have that, calorie counting thing going on. If you have, kind of a post-traumatic stress from that type of lifestyle and you don't want to do that, just stick to 2B mindset. But you have both options. So you can go back and forth, which is really great. So if you're burnt out on one, and if you're not seeing success in one, you can go to the other. But I really communicate with your coach. Communicate if something's not working and you're confused on what the program is asking you to do. And I exhaust all routes and resources on that tile for the program. Both are great and effective, and really choose which sounds best for you. And I'm going to pass it on to this slide to Lauren Lamb.
All right. So good. Okay, so let's talk about how to access and how to get started on your nutrition programs. Honestly, you guys, nutrition is like 80 to 85% of your journey. I think that took me a really long time to understand that. And so it's so important that you take the time to go through this that we're going to share with you about the nutrition, to figure out what plan is best for you. And to say this too, you might find that you go along one of the programs and you might be like, okay, I need to tweak this or I need to tweak that. It is okay at some point if you need to switch your plans. That's the beauty of what you have right now, is you have access to both of the nutrition plans. So let's talk about how to get started and how to pick your path. So you'll want to go on to Beachbody On Demand. You can go on to either the online on your computer, you can go on your phone, you can go on your smart TV. You're going to click under programs and click under Nutrition Center. Definitely screenshot this one because this one's going to be really important. Sometimes it can be a little tricky if you're not used to navigating through Beachbody On Demand. So you want to make sure you have the steps. I'm sorry, if you hear a little bit of something in the background, my dog decided it was perfect time to chew his bone right next to me. So it's really loud to me. I'm sorry if you hear that. So you're going to go under Nutrition Center, and then you're going to choose either 2B Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix. And actually, even before you go into one of those, there is an intro to nutrition guide. If you're like, I don't know which one. I really need help with portion control, or I really need help with emotional eating or stress eating. You can definitely go into that, and they're going to explain both of them a little bit more in detail so that you can figure out which route is the route to go. You know, I really struggled, just to kind of give you a background of where I was at. I really struggled with portions. I love to eat. And so I started with Ultimate Portion Fix. And as I've gone along in my journey, I realized I'm a huge emotional eater, huge. And so that's why I've decided I'm going to swap over to 2B Mindset. So there's so many pros and cons to both. So you really want to go through that Welcome to Nutrition program so you can figure out. Then when you decide, okay, I'm more of a 2B girl or I'm more of an Ultimate Portion Fix person, I can then decide which one I want to go to. And then you'll click on one of those programs and you'll start here. And there's watch lessons videos. That's where you want to go. You want to watch the video modules. They're going to go through all of the materials and they're going to take it in bite-sized pieces. I suggest in the beginning taking, you know, a small amount of time and watching 3 to 4 videos at a time so you can digest it all. It is a lot of information. Have a little notebook or be ready to take some quick notes on them because you want to make sure you understand how it works, the principles, the basics of it. And then you're going to want to start going through it. And there's also resources that you can click that are going to give you some additional topics and things like that. So you want to start implementing nutrition right away. You don't need to wait for your box. Nutrition is something that you can start from straight out of the gates from the beginning. Okay, next slide. Okay. You're going to want to utilize the resources that you have out there. And so when you go through and you pick a program, I want to show you here, you can watch this little video as it's going through. There's so many resources when you pick your program that I want to show you that you can utilize. So when you go through and pick your program, so in this example, we're showing Core to Force. You're going to have not only your workout program and the calendar that you can go through, that you can see here. You can print it or you can screenshot it or you can save it on your computer, but you're going to be able to go through, there's like when you used to get the DVDs, like Sarah talked about, you got like this little pamphlet. That pamphlet's now loaded in your resources. So you can kind of go through, it's going to tell you a little bit about the program, how to get started, some things to watch, some things that are going to help you with it. But there's also going to be a nutrition guide. So some of the programs have laid out nutrition for you if you want to follow the nutrition guide for that program. Some will tell you we follow the simple nutrition plan. Some will say that are more current programs, they'll say you follow the program that's going to work best for you. There's recipes in there and there's all kinds of stuff, but the calendar is so nice so you don't have to worry about which one do I do today? Which workout do I hit? It's all laid out for you and you know exactly what days are rest days, you know exactly what's going on. And here's the beauty of it. Your trainer's laid out exactly what you need to work on the day you need to work it in the order of the program. So the beauty of it is you don't need to think, you just need to go down to wherever you're doing it, your kitchen or your basement or wherever, and click play based on whichever one is there. Okay, here's some really good stuff. So you might even want to screenshot this, and this kind of varies a little bit, but this is so good to take note because this is where, in my opinion, some of the beauty of our group just makes it so much more magical and so much more gold. Okay, so you have this private accountability tracker all laid in your Beachbody On Demand app. Okay, so you've got that app down, you've got it downloaded. There's so many resources in there, but one of them is called BOD groups. And your BOD group is where your coaches have privately invited you into the accountability and the community group where the magic happens. You're going to be able to log in there so many good things. You can log your workout every day. And what's awesome is that it will track it from what you might have done, and it will allow you from your Beachbody, when you pulled it up in Beachbody On Demand, it's going to log it when you go in there and track it. It knows exactly what workout you did, how long the workout was, what time you did it, and you can just add your picture and any thoughts or comments or anything that you want to add in there. You can log in your shake and your supplements in there. So I log in my Shakeology, my Energize, my Recover. I put those in there, as well as logging your water. So water is such a big part, no matter what nutrition program you do. You want to log your water every day so you can kind of keep track of it. And it's good to kind of get an idea of how many bottles or whatever you're drinking, how many of those that you need, and you can track it right in there. So you don't have to really think much about it. You can track your weight and your measurements. So like Sarah talked about, like in the beginning, you're going to want to take your picture. You're going to want to do all that. Take your weight and your measurements. I know when I got started, that wasn't necessarily something I wanted to do. I didn't want to face that reality, but let me tell you, the beauty is in the progress that you go, because you're going to see in your pictures and in your weights and your measurements, you know, sometimes I have found in programs my weight doesn't vary, but my measurements change a ton. So that kind of stuff is so important, because numbers, it's just another data point that you can utilize on your journey. And then you can see others and you can support them too. Your coach is going to load up daily a post of some sort, a recipe, some motivation, some food for thought, something for you to think about that's going to help you on your journey. And so you want to show up there. When you show up, this is the beauty of it. Lean into the group. That's where you're going to get so much more out of it. If you don't go in there and participate and show other people love, you want people to show love for what you're doing and your progress. Show love to others. Lean into the community. Ask questions. People have questions and you might not even realize you had that question. There might be something in there that's really good. There might be a new recipe. So there's just so much in there in that bod group that you can take with you along the way. Okay, going down below that, virtual Zoom and Saturday community workouts. We have these a lot of times. There's a virtual gym that we have. That's part of the beauty of it. Some people love to work out by themselves. Some people love other people around them. I love showing up in the virtual gym and seeing other people out there doing it with me. We can support each other and cheer each other on. So down below there, to screenshot that, like I said, that's the link. You just go in there and click on it. It's a Zoom link, so you can click on 2020, and that's the or you enter 2020, that's your password. We also try to do the Saturday Zoom workouts at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so that you can kind of know, like, about that time, there's going to be people in there. You can always do your own, but checking in on Zoom and linking in, it just gives you such a fun way to do it with other people. Okay, so this is like one of my favorites. You can earn your free tank. So like when I was in college, I did some shady stuff for a free t-shirt, like with credit cards and stuff like that. I love free stuff. Tell me what I need to do and I'm all in. I'm going to do it. So you can earn your free tank when you finish your very first program. And if you've finished other programs, I'm sorry, we got to let my dog out, so you're going to come with me. If you finished other programs and you haven't yet done this, you can still submit to the Beachbody Challenge, and you can submit your before and after picture and take in your measurements. They're going to ask you a few questions about what you've learned. Have you liked it? You know, things that have changed in your life, and you're going to be able to submit that and get a free tank top. And there's even been people that have earned cash prizes for people that have, you know, made huge changes. So keep supporting that. And then the awesome part is anytime we do any new programs, so like 9-week control free, that has an additional t-shirt that you can get. So there are some fun ways to earn some tanks. And that way you can show another data point and another dopamine drop of that completion of a program. And then weekly meal plans. Every week in your bod group, we upload meal plans that are going to help give you new ideas, new recipes. That's one thing that a lot of people struggle with, is in nutrition of what do I make? I don't even know. Like, don't just continue to eat chicken and broccoli every night. You're going to get super bored. You're going to fall off the plan. This is going to give you fresh ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinners, snacks, and it's going to even give you a grocery list, and it's got the meals all laid out so that you can pick those and choose them. So a lot of times what I do is I will make a meal plan and I'll pick and choose from favorites and new recipes to try to for my family, because every family is different. And I know some recipes are going to go over really well with my family and some won't. So that is just another aid to help you on your journey. Okay. All right. Let's talk about how to access our virtual gym. So you'll want to go to, you can definitely screenshot this because this is going to help show you exactly where you need to go. So the first step you're going to do is you're going to find BOD in the App Store. If you haven't already downloaded it, make sure you're downloading that. Make sure it's on your front screen of your phone, because or if it's in your favorites, you want to make sure you know exactly where it's at so it's easy access. You're going to be able to click on open the app, and you're going to click on groups below. So that middle with the little people right there, that's going to be where your groups are. And it's going to do, the first time you go in there, it's going to show you a little intro to it. And then you'll just click on go to groups. And then from there, you'll be able to open the group that's right for you. So this is an example of Micah's group, Get Fit for Life, is her main virtual gym. Every coach has their own, but you'll have your invitation and you'll show what is your gym right there for your coach. So that's where you'll go in. You can see there too, like there's a post right there. Like that's going to be like who's logged today, what you can do. You can add anything in there that way too. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up your profile. So you're going to add a little fun picture. You can add something from your library. You can take a new one, and then you're going to put down your goals for the group. To me, this is very, very critical. It doesn't have to be super long and detailed, but it could be, I want to lose my first 10 pounds. I want to stick to nutrition. I want to learn how to handle my emotional eating. Whatever your goal is, you want to make sure you put that in, and then your starting point. Like I said, data points, and Sarah said this too, data points are so important. So adding photos in. Photos, I know, I never wanted to take them in the beginning, like I said, but pictures say 1,000 words. So you want to make sure you put your photo in there, because a lot of times you can't feel the change, and maybe you can see it on the scale and you don't want to share that. But photos, when you do side-by-sides, oh my gosh, what a difference that can make. Your next step will be to add a program. So you're going to want to select whatever program you're doing. So 9-Week Control Freak, Core to Force, whatever that program is, you're going to enter in your Shakeology flavor, and then you'll add in your nutritional. So Energize, Recover, Hydrate, Power Greens, Boost, anything like that. And then I set a reminder. So I make sure that I have a reminder at 9 o'clock at night, so that if I haven't logged anything, that's my gentle reminder. Hey, don't forget to log the stuff you did today, because hey, you completed that. That is a win for you today. Whether that's a workout on your program, or you took the dogs for a walk, or you played with the kids at the playground, log activity, log the movement, log the work you're doing, celebrate that win. A lot of times I tell people all the time, celebrate any win you have, because that's just another book of proof that you completed something awesome today. And then the last step would be to share your activities. So you'll want to share your activities with your coach. They're going to be there. You're like literally your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter. They're going to be there to help you along the way. And then if you get stuck or you have questions, they can check on all that, and they can come back to you and see what you're doing and help and guide you along in the process.
All right. I think this is Erin too.
Yes.
All right. Okay, real quick. I just wanted to show you guys how to change notification settings in your BOD app, because I don't want you to get blasted with notifications all day, every day, especially if you're in a group that has a lot of people. There will be a lot of notifications going off if you have your settings to get notified about every single thing people post, every like, every comment, everything. So if you go into your BOD group, you click on the little bell up in the corner, you click on the 3 dots and go to settings. You can change right here. So what I recommend is have it over to get notified when your coach adds a post, and when somebody either comments or responds to you or mentions or tags you, for sure, or if your coach goes live. Those are things you want to know about if your coach is needing to contact you, or if somebody is trying to talk to you in the group. But you don't need to be notified every time somebody else is commenting in the group. So just know that you can change the settings so that you're not getting notifications all day, every day. Because I don't want you to get frustrated with all the notifications. Okay. Next slide. Thank you. Okay, tracking in the app. This is so super simple, you guys. And if you are doing your workouts, they will automatically link to the app. So when I go do my workout from my TV, I go into my BOD app and it automatically pulls up, you just did this run, and it tells you how long it was. It automatically, like Lauren said, lets you log it right there. So you go to the bottom and it says tracking. You click on tracking and it lets you add it right there, and it will automatically pop up everything. It will say you have 2 workouts waiting to be logged or something. If you haven't logged those ones already, that's where you log your shake. You can add your little picture in there, and it is so fun in the group if you see people's pictures. So please, please add your picture. We like to see your faces in the pictures so that you are not just your what flavor of shake. That's great, but we like to see your faces. So put your face in there, and then you can see your calendar too. You can click on the calendar and you can see all the days that you worked out. See on this little calendar here, you can see the blue dot and the green dot for every day that you worked out and you had your shake. So you can go back and see how consistent you've been through the month. All right. All right, Shakeology and your performance line supplements. You guys, I'm going to try and blast through this real quick because I know your time is valuable, but I want to drill in how important these are. Shakeology, I kind of told you part of my story with Shakeology and what a believer I am. Shakeology is not a protein shake, and it is not the Costco little shake you're going to get. That's not what it is. It is so much more than that. I was so skeptical in the beginning because I didn't want to pay for Shakeology. I thought it was expensive. That was my undereducated ness of Shakeology. Once I understood what was in Shakeology, once I understood the ingredients, once I understood what it would do for my body, Shakeology is a steal. So pay attention to what Shakeology does for your body, but also make sure you're doing Shakeology every single day. Do not skip days on Shakeology, because the way Shakeology works is the whole process of it. It's cleaning out all the things in your gut that should not be there. And it's trying to build up all the good bacteria in your gut. And that has to be a consistent thing. So if you're skipping 3 days and then doing a day, and then skipping 2 days and then doing a day, it has to start the process over again. So it needs to be consistent. Okay. You don't have to do it at the same time every single day, but you do need to do Shakeology every day. So just make it a habit. For me, in the beginning, I was not a breakfast eater at all. I struggled to eat breakfast. So that was a very easy thing for me to start doing Shakeology as my breakfast. I do not shake it up with water and call it good, because first of all, that's not a full meal. It's not enough calories to be a full meal, but also because it doesn't taste delicious to me like that. And Shakeology tastes better than so many different shakes you can get. But to me, if I blend it with ice and unsweetened almond milk and add some banana and PB Fit and those kind of things to my Shakeology and frozen fruit, it is so delicious. And I actually look forward to it every single day. So if you are struggling to figure out a way you like your Shakeology, talk to your coach. We will help you figure out a way you will love it. I promise you will love it. So we have so many recipes that we can share with you. And I make mine as an almond joy, or like Butterfinger. Can you tell I have like a candy problem? But I really, truly love my shake every day. And it's something I look forward to every day. Right now, I do it about 2:00 in the afternoon because it helps me when I start to get those sweet cravings. Now I drink my shake and that takes care of it. That gives me energy for the rest of the afternoon and I don't have cravings anymore. So figure out what point of the day you need to do your Shakeology, whether that is morning, you're going to do it for breakfast and add a bunch of stuff into it to call your breakfast, or if you're going to do it on the side of your breakfast, just with, almond milk or unsweetened almond milk or whatever however you're going to make it. But figure out when you're going to do your shake every day and make it a habit. Just make it a habit in your day. If you're using Energize, you want to do that about 20 minutes before your workout. You'll feel it start to kick in and you'll be like, let's go. And like I took mine just barely because I'm working out right after this and I'm like feeling it right now. You can tell I'm talking faster than I was before because I have Energize in my system. After your workout, you want to do recover. If you got the performance stack, you want to do recover within 30 minutes after you finish working out, because recover is a combination of a fast release protein and a slower release protein. But the whole point of it is to solidify all the work you just did in the gym. So you need to do it quickly after you finished working out within that 30-minute window to repair all the muscle tearing, muscle damage you did, which is good muscle damage. Like that's the good things you want to do during your workout, but that helps to speed recovery. So just pay attention to how your body feels when you do the supplements. And I promise if you ever run out, you will notice a huge difference in your body than when you had it every single day. All right. And if you are not already a VIP customer, then we will help you to get your products at a 25% discount, because I promise if you start using these every single day, you will fall in love with them and you will want them for the rest of your life. Okay. All right. Okay. How to modify your subscriptions. Okay. This one's important. Pay attention to this because we want you guys to make sure to have your subscription exactly how you want it. So everything, when you order a challenge pack, it goes on auto ship. So how you go in is teambeachbody.com, you log in, and then under my orders, you can see it'll pop up just like this, and you can change, you click Shakeology or Performance, whichever one you had, and you can change the flavor, or you can change what ship date, or you can change if you want to cancel, that's where you do it. But if you want to just change your flavor, that's really easy to do in here. You can even alternate flavors. Like this month I want to do chocolate, and then the next month vanilla, and you can alternate every month. Or we have combo packs that have 3 different flavors in it. So there's so many different options. So if you have a flavor that you don't love, or you want to change it up, or if you just want to try a new flavor, then that's where you do it. Okay. Okay. Personal development, you guys. This part is my favorite part. Since I became a coach, this is something that Beachbody stresses, is to work on your own personal development. I wish I had been doing this all along, because this has been so huge for me. So this is big for me and my family, my husband, my kids do this now too. But you will notice the biggest shift in your life if you start to implement personal development. If you work on your mindset, everything else in your life will change. Your body doesn't do all the changes if you don't believe your body can change. You have to believe that you're capable of making all these changes before your body will actually do all the changing. And we have so many wonderful recommendations of books. I know a lot of us do a book of the month in our groups, but if you talk to your coach, if you have a certain struggle, certain thing you're struggling with, whether that's self-image or time management, or whether that's, there's so many different things, habits, learning like good habits, or essentialism. Like that one is, oh, I love essentialism. That one is so good. But there are so many wonderful books. This whole shelf behind me is full of all the books that if you spend even 10 to 15 minutes, yes, Sarah, 10 to 15 minutes in the morning working on your mindset, I promise your day will be better. I promise you. And Audible is a great way to get it. If you've not ever used Audible, talk to your coach. They can send you a free book if you've never used Audible before. I like to do that for my customers if they've never used Audible. But my kids listen to Audible every single night. We got them Echo Dots for their room so they could listen to Audible, and my kids listen to personal development books now. They love them. You guys, it is so powerful, and it changes your life. It changes your self-image. It changes your way of creating your future. I promise you it's worth it. Okay. All right, you guys, do you have any questions about anything? I think we covered everything, but if you have any questions, either post them in the chat or unmute yourself and feel free to ask.
I didn't see any in the chat either, so I think we got them all covered in there.
Okay.
Really appreciate everyone's time. I know we have a couple coaches on here that really can give some advice. Rachel Hagen is one of my coaches, and she has truly embodied like the new coach and discovering all of the things. And there is an FAQ, a Beachbody FAQ, which is actually one of the greatest. It's like the encyclopedia of Beachbody. So I would utilize the FAQ as well. And please, if you have any technological difficulties, like if BOD isn't working for you and you're in the crunch time for your workout, this is something that has happened before. If you cannot get your workout, there is a list of Vimeo links to sample workouts that you can just click on real quick, and we can figure out your issue, and we can get you on live chat with Beachbody. Usually delete and reinstall your app. There are different hacks that you can ask in your message pod or ask your coach. Beachbody FAQ live chat. There is a Facebook Messenger that's open from certain hours. They're really great. But the live chat I have utilized so much. The return policy, if something isn't working for you and you need to swap flavors, if FedEx hasn't given you your stuff on time, one of my coaches, she just messaged, and discount coaches and customers, she messaged Beachbody and was like, hey, my stuff hasn't arrived in the tracking and They sent her a new challenge pack. And then she had 2 challenge packs. FedEx ended up shipping her. We have great customer service. And I'm very proud. I'm very proud of our company. And we are really, we have a great team. We have a great team. And in fact, we're top ranked. So if you don't have someone you're plugged into, we have people ahead of us that have been in the business, and we will find the answer for you. So thank you for your time and appreciate everything. I'm going to go ahead and end.